Hi everyone, this is Rajkumar. This session we will learn object-oriented programming. Let's see agenda of this session. At the end of the session, we will understand what is OOPS, how OOPS differ from other programming designs, benefits of OOPS, basic concepts of OOPS. Okay, what is OOPS? OOPS is object-oriented programming design. This is one of the programming design what we have. Object is the key focus of this programming design. So we have already seen what is object, what is class in the previous sessions, as well as like object will have properties and behavior. These we already seen, and what is a property and what is a behavior, these all we have already seen in last two sessions. If you are not clear on this and if you want to watch that, I can probably give the link of those sessions into the description of this video. You can watch. Okay, in my perspective, what is OOPS and like when we will use OOPS, right? Like if you are developing a software and if you are using OOPS as a programming design, then we need to group the similar entities together to create an object, and this object will have a properties and behavior which we already seen, right? For example, to understand this, consider we are developing a software for a shop which predominantly sell tables. Okay, in this case all the orders whatever we are getting, it is with the tables, right? So we can create a template as table class, and this table class will have property of the table as well as the member function. For example, we know what is property and member function. A property of the table can be weight of the table, the material what we are using, probably like the base unit dimension, then how many legs we are keeping. These are the property of the table, and member functions are behavior. I would say it could be like what is the cost estimations. Using this property only, the cost will differ, right? The cost estimations can be a member function. This can be act as a template or class. Each and every order, the shop needs to design a table and that they need to sell it, right? So for each and every order, it will actually create a separate table object. Okay, it will create a separate table object, and that informations about that particular table object will be stored separately. So if you want later point, if you want to refer or if you want to use that, this will be easily retrieved from a specific memory. Okay, this is the advantage of having objects and class. This is how like object oriented programming as designed. This is being used in Java, Python, C++, and many programming languages. When we need to give advantage and benefit of something, we should compare this with something else, right? For this, probably like I can take another programming design which predominantly used is functional programming. In functional programming, each and every module which we are keeping as function or procedure. So basically functions, what it will do, it will actually have a parameter as an input and will give a, it will actually return something. This case, if you are not having object, that same table example you can take. So the each and every property you need to pass it to the function as a parameter. Like you can't pass a single object, table object, and from the table object you can't take everything, right? And if you want to compare two different order, then it is very difficult. Like you need to pass entire property of table 1 and table 2 to that function, that the readability of the function will be a little bit difficult. And later point, if you want to enhance something, it is very difficult. You can't store each and every order informations or each and every table object information into separate memory directly. Okay, that the functional programming design is not giving that privileges directly. So these are all plus points which we have it in OOPS, that like it's easy to read since we have objects. It's easy for us to maintain also. In later point, if you want to enhance also, it's very easy. Consider the same example of table software. Later point, if you want to enhance this with the user administration or user management feature, if you are going to bring in into the software, you want to give access to different user. This case, it's very simple. Like I already have a separate class called table, and similarly I need to create a separate class called user, and I can maintain it separately. Okay, and whenever I need to integrate it, I can integrate anytime, right? So it's very easy to enhance the software, so it's scalable. As I already told, like if we are introducing a user administration or user management, then we will have a separate entity as a user, and with that like we can manage, right? Similarly, if some problem happen in when we add a user or when we delete the user. It is very easy for us to identify where exactly the problem. It will be in a user model, it won't be present in somewhere else, right? So it's easy for us to debug that issue. Okay, that's it's readable, scalable, easy to maintain, and it is easy to debug. Okay, with many oops concept part it is available like abstraction, encapsulation, with all like we are able to secure the data what we have. Okay, so these are the benefits which we have at an oops. So there are the many concepts object oriented programming has. These are all few among them. Okay, one is inheritance, encapsulation, abstraction, polymorphism, and similarly we have many concepts available in oops, like we can see this in the upcoming sessions, and also like whatever concepts, the inheritance, encapsulation, abstraction, polymorphism, we will see that in detail in the upcoming session. Summary of this session is like what is oops is object oriented programming. The hero of this programming design is object. If you are developing a software, the similar entities would be grouped together as object. That is how oops programming is designed. Okay, so and it has many benefits, and like we are going to see one by one all the concepts in the upcoming sessions. Hope you understood everything clearly. Thanks for watching.